First idea, the copper giant Freeport-McMoRan.
Yeah, and Andy, you were mentioning earlier in the show that copper's actually done okay. But these guys,
some of the copper stocks.
Some of them have.
Yeah, that's right.
And these guys, not so much. So we are a little opportunistic at times, and we do try to buy some oversold stuff that appears to be finding support. Now, I'm just, caveat on this one is that there is a level of support that it is hitting, and it does appear to be bouncing off, which is why we literally just bought a position. So this is a new position for us. There is a potential. You can see there's a lot more support that came in over the year 2023. And that's, these charts, I don't know, but probably $30 or so. So it could, if it doesn't hold the current level around $39, $40, it could go down to 35. So just keeping that in mind. But it does appear to be bouncing off, and that would then target first resistance in the $45 area. Well, that's not bad. That's like 15%. And if that can break out, then you could see $50. So we're looking at risk versus reward with a mental stop loss in our brains, so that if it breaks, we just get out. We have one leg in. I always do 3 legs, so we have 1 leg in, and if it keeps going up, we'll actually buy another leg and maybe do it a 3rd time as well. So that's just kind of the way we trade. Right now, it's an entry point, but I thought it would be a good one to put up on the show today because it really shows you the opportunity. So.
Okay, Freeport-McMoRan is the first idea. Generac Holdings, the generator supplier.
Yeah. So we bought this stock earlier in 2024, and it's been in a bit of an uptrend. It appears to be on that uptrend now. It's had to pull back over December. I mean, most of the market pulled back in December. This one didn't escape, so we thought, I'll put it on BNN because it's one that we've held for a number of months. We've made some money on it, and I actually am looking at adding a leg here myself, so long as it continues to prove support, which it does seem to be doing. So I think it's an uptrend, and it's touching the trend line, and it looks opportunistic.
Okay, and then finally, well, let's get into it. Cash. You are cautious enough to recommend a decent weighting in just cash.
Yeah, even though I talk up TSX a lot right now, but I just feel that the markets have had a pretty good run, both sides of the border, for 2 years in a row. Especially, well, TSX didn't do as well in 23, but certainly did okay in 24. And the S&P's done 2 years of 20+% returns. So it's time for a pause, that pause that refreshes. And often a market will go sideways a little bit, just base out, or maybe fall, and just when things get overbought. And so I'm holding cash because I do think that there's a probability of more of what we've seen over December in the near term, and then, good news later. But I think for now, I'd like to have some cash for any opportunistic pullbacks.
Because there does seem to be this upward pressure on interest rates in the United States.
Yeah. And that's, so again, coming back to my overall thesis is that interest rates hurt some sectors more than others, right? So, what's it going to hurt is growth stocks. And so what has the U.S. market's been relying on? Growth stocks. So I'm kind of thinking that, A, that could cause some strife on the overall markets, and B, particularly on the tech sector. So that's why we're holding some cash. And yes, we have a little bit of tech. We do. We have Microsoft and PayPal we mentioned today. But yeah, we're a little cautious in the near term.
Let's have a very thank you so much, Keith. Let's have a very quick look at the markets because we are seeing some selling today. Just focusing briefly on the U.S. markets, I see Nvidia's down about 3% today. Apple's lost about 2%. Same story for Meta platforms. Maybe now we could, and you can see the Nasdaq down around 1%. Let's have a quick look at the TSX TSX. Sort of drifting today despite strength in the oil stocks, with crude going above $78 today. So C&Q and Suncor, as you might expect, helping to lift the market. Thank you very much indeed for watching Market Call. John O'Connell is up tomorrow.